Yeah, it couldn't have been a better start. I think after the Hero Cup, I was feeling pretty good with my game. But to be able to back it up in a 72-hole tournament is a complete different story, and I was just really happy to carry on that form and eventually get the victory.
And does it help coming straight into another big tournament like this? You can just keep it rolling?
Yes and no, I would say. It's always the balance is always difficult because you know how hard it is to win. You want to enjoy your performance, you want to enjoy and celebrate with your team, but you also know that the next event is equally as big as the one you played. So you won doing things in a certain order that have allowed you to get the best chance of winning, and you want to try to replicate that the best you can the following week, which is never easy.
Absolutely. Okay, we'll open up to some questions from the floor. Who would like to go first? We'll go to Martin. This might come in here, Martin.
Victor, congratulations on Sunday. You talked then about, obviously, the last Ryder Cup campaign. There were things you can sort of learn from in your bid to make this team. Can you maybe expand just on that whole process? Was it disappointment you felt missing the last time, and how you can use that?
I think disappointment, for sure, because I think everybody's a competitor. I think everybody wants to qualify, everybody wants to make the team, everybody wants to contribute in winning. But I try to look at it more as a little bit a holistic view, as it's part of your journey. The chips ended up falling that way, and it goes for what it is. I think I've learned that the only thing that matters in making the team is you just need to be in the points the week before, because I think I was in the points for the longest time, ended up not being in the points at the end, which was obviously disappointing because you talk about it for so long, but there's also the upside of it was I've been asked those questions about the Ryder Cup for the entire extended COVID period, because through 2020 I was obviously in very good shape to make it for the end of the year, and then it was delayed a year, but the questions were still the same. And you get used to being in that, how would it feel to be the blah, 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 and how would it feel to do the, this and that. And so I think you can take a lot of lessons from that. So yeah, I'm excited for the next one. It's as good of a start as I could have hoped.
Can I just clarify, is it Edinburgh-based Victor Perez now, not Dundee-based?
Yes.
Yeah.
We're upgrading.
Yeah.
Don't say that about Dundee.
No, obviously, I mean, I think you're based at the Renaissance Club as well now. I mean, just a tremendous facility, obviously, to play down there, practice down there.
Yeah, Jerry has been fantastic, and I think helping me, but helping a lot of the Scottish lads go out and practice, and being able to play on that course week in and week out to practice because of the magnitude of the event. You're playing a Rolex event. They've obviously had the events for a few years, and I think they hopefully have it for the next few. And it's great. It's a really great club. It's not that far from where I live now, and just drive across and feel really at home. I think playing on such a high caliber golf course all the time forces you to play at a certain level. You can't really hide that much at Renaissance. The wind's always up. There's always things that are going to make it challenging, and yeah, it's been great for my game.
I think Fatia, the question here.
Victor, could you please tell us about the congratulations you had from French players, federations, or everyone, if you could expand on that?
Yeah, I've received a lot of messages throughout. Thankfully, I'm not in charge of my social media, so I wasn't too much into it. But yeah, it's been great just seeing a lot of the French guys this morning sending me texts personally or through the social media, and seeing them in person. I think it's opening the floodgates for French golf and continue. I think, it's already great. We've played 3 events in South Africa, the event in Mauritius, and this was the first event of the year. And Antoine, we've won 2 of the first 5, which is great. I think it's the best start for French golf for the rest of the season, and I hope we can just keep going and get as many as we can.
Just Taru over on the side.
How many times have you watched the bunker shot back?
A lot. I think, yeah, it was just it's interesting actually that, we were just talking about how this shot is going to end up being the defining moment of the performance, but it was just one shot. It just so happened to be at that time, but through 72 holes, there's all the other good shots that you've hit along the way that you're going to remember that have probably meant just as much. But every time someone's going to talk about Abu Dhabi 2023, they're going to be like, oh, remember when he held that bunker shot? And yeah, it just so happened. So I've seen it plenty of times now.
Okay, to James over in the corner.
Victor, are you playing in Saudi next week?
No,
You're not. Were you on the entry list or?
I was on the entry list for a fair bit. It was kind of like a split decision because I knew that my thinking at the start of the year was the goal is to get the PGA Tour card, to get those 10 spots and qualify for the Ryder Cup. Those were the two goals. And I said to myself, depending on how I start, there's going to be, it's obviously a bigger purse in Saudi than it might be in RAC, so there's going to be differences there. But if I can get off to a good start, then I need to just pile on and get as many points as you can, because just as much as we all hope for consistency and top fives every week, but it's not realistic. I think every time you play well, you want to try to get as many points as you can. And obviously winning last week gave me a bunch of points, and I'm hoping to continue this week and then next week and then maybe take a break. But the goal is 100%, to get the top 10 right now.
Back to Martin.
You played really well in the Hero Cup, 3.5 points out of 4. How important was that confidence-wise going into last week and obviously the rest of the season, just to show what you were capable of on that platform?
I think we were very fortunate that the tour and Dr. Munjal were able to put this event so quickly because it was such a massive advantage. I think for the 20 guys, I think when we had the dinner on Sunday night after the event was finished, and I don't know who I was talking to, I said it's very likely that one of the 20 guys is probably going to win next week. It so happened to be me, which I'll take. But because you feel like it's always difficult, like you've had a break, you've worked on your game, you did X and Y, and you're going into the season with, you're always a bit hesitant. It's like, oh, I worked on this and that, but I don't know exactly how it's going to translate into performance when it's under the gun in 72 holes, and all of a sudden, we got those 3 days in a obviously match play, foursome, best ball format, so you're seeing enough of where you are under pressure, because obviously you want to win, but it's a little bit more, I'd say, relaxed than 72 holes. Every shot doesn't maybe weigh as much in match play because you can make a triple and it's not really going to hurt you. It's like one shot, you lose the hole. So I think it gave everybody a great opportunity to see where they were with their game and then maybe make a little tweak Monday to Wednesday, and then you're able to actually start on Thursday, which was, for me, a massive help.
Okay, just to Swami in front here.
Victor, you said a lot of nice things about the Hero Cup. Before the Hero Cup and before meeting Dr. Munjal, had you ever heard about the Hero Indian Open or the Hero World Challenge, any of the other Hero events which are now like part of the golfing landscape a lot?
Yeah, I've obviously watched the Hero in the Bahamas on the PGA Tour because it was able to see. I was never able to go to India to play the Hero Indian Open. It never quite fitted the schedule and the way like my previous seasons were built. Because my first year I didn't go, and then for 2020 and 2021, during that time I was able to go to the PGA Tour and play some events there. So I was never able to go, but I mean, I think everybody knows how big Hero is and how much they've supported golf. And obviously speaking to Dr. Munjal during the week, he takes a lot of pride in how much he helps, developing golf and other sports as well. And they've been a massive help, and I think I don't know if I would have won last week without the Hero Cup. I've seen pretty much a guarantee now.
So does that mean Hero Indian Open gets onto your list, on your schedule?
It might be. Again, I don't know.
It's a few weeks from now.
Yeah, I know. Like I said, I'm going to focus on this week with the Hero Dubai Desert Classic and try to put on as good of a performance, go to RAC next week, and then reevaluate a little bit my schedule, because I've gained a few spots on the world ranking that put me kind of that line for maybe the World Match Play, maybe try to get some invites on the PGA Tour. So it's very 50-50 as far as what the schedule might look like in the next month. But as I said, right now I'm trying to play well this week, try to play well next week, and we'll go from there.
Do you realize you could make it a big story for me?
I'll try then.
Okay, I think that might be everyone. Thank you, Victor.
Thank you.